Recorded Books presents Control by Omar Tyree, narrated by Stacy Mitchell. Prologue. Dr. Victoria Benning. I'm in control. Never gonna stop. Friday, February the 2nd, 2024. Control by Janet Jackson, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I was a little girl when that record first came out, and I immediately fell in love with it. I just understood what she meant. Every little girl would like to have more control over her life. It seems like we have a million restrictions compared to the boys. Lotion up your elbows and knees. Comb your hair. Straighten out your dress. Cross your legs. Put some baby powder on your neck, your underarms, and down in your tush. Don't you get dirty. Put down them rocks. Get out of that water. Don't play with them boys. Don't you touch that damn dog. Don't you hang out on that street. Get off that corner, and you watch your damn mouth when you speak to me, girl. You hear me? Now get in the house. Good girls ain't supposed to be out this late. That's why I went out of my way to be a tomboy. I didn't ask to be born a girl. Raising a girl seems to present extra challenges. Your parents and families are always in protection mode, like the boogeyman is always out to get you. Anyways, back to Janet Jackson. She had 6 older brothers and 2 older sisters, but I was always more interested in her parents, Joe and Catherine. As much talk as we hear about Joe being a control freak and a dominator, I would always study Catherine Jackson as the woman who allowed it. As a Jehovah's Witness, she was actually as strict as Joe was with her children. I've been around Jehovah's before, and I wouldn't want to be one. It seems like they have a whole lot of repression going on. Then I thought about Catherine's limp from polio and how that may have affected her confidence and ego when up against a man like Joe, a wannabe boxer. Catherine was an absolutely gorgeous woman, in my humble opinion. And Joe, he reminded me of a 1970s horror movie called Blackula. It's just something about his eyes, his hair, and his eyebrows. He was just a spooky man to look at, almost like hypnosis in his eyes. I could only imagine the constant voodoo he put on Catherine and the countless women he had jump-offs with as the father and manager of one of the most famous singing groups in history. But Catherine stuck by her husband and her kids no matter what. I have to honor her for that. I've always been fascinated by control issues. Who has it? Who doesn't? And how we all respond to its absence or its gain. I know one thing. Kids have a lot more control today than we ever had when I was growing up in Camden, New Jersey in the 1970s. We were right across the bridge from Philadelphia, but I was never allowed to go there by myself in my teen years. So I snuck over to Philly as much as I could and paid for it with a strap to my ass whenever I returned home and got caught. I honestly didn't mind it, though. As the old saying goes, no pain, no gain. So I took my ass whoopings in stride and maintained my wild side. Then I went away to college to study psychology at Clark Atlanta University before earning my doctorate at Georgia Tech. My dissertation was all about the psychological elements of control. What it all boils down to is power. Who has it and who doesn't? And how that power, or the lack thereof, affects our desire to control whatever we can at all costs, while stressing over the things that we can't control. I've now put in 25 years in the field as a professional psychologist in the Atlanta area, counseling stressed out employees, corporate bosses, actors and directors, musicians and managers, and plenty of couples in relationships, whether they be married or just dating. I've even counseled a few side chicks, which we have an abundance of in Atlanta now. A lot of these girls would rather be connected to someone with money and power than be alone or with a man who doesn't have it, which places them right back under the control of a man who has it. So, I've advised women, young and old, on how to deal with the side chick disposition mentally and spiritually. There's a lot of everything going on down here in Atlanta. This place has become full of drama, with people moving here from all over the country and the world, especially people of color. And it ain't all good either. Some of these new clients have taken my career to the edge of madness. Typically, you're not supposed to talk about your clients. It's against the code of ethics, confidentiality, and professionalism. But over the past week, I've had 5 fatal cases with my clients and 1 on the brink of insanity. And it's all left me unhinged and in need of a vacation. So I'm going to break protocol here and talk about these 6 clients of mine as a part of my own therapy. Shit, I'm human too. My doctorate degree doesn't absolve me from the drama. We all get caught up in life. So I'm going to start off by reflecting on Mrs. Melody, the youngest of these 6 clients at 23. She was an up-and-coming rap star who I took on in the fall of last year. She was a gorgeous girl from Florida with a mouth on her that was atrocious. Mrs. Melody, Reflection 1. That's not a typo. I call myself Mrs. Melody because I'm married to the game, she told me. I got no husband, no boyfriends, no managers, or none of that shit. They all just get in the fucking way, jealous motherfuckers. So I do a lot of shit on my own. She sat down in my office wearing a lime green, wraparound one-piece with golden heels that made me think of the character Poison Ivy in Batman. But her style and body were 10 times tighter. And she looked biracial with smooth tanned skin, dark almond-shaped eyes, and slippery dark brown hair that moved easily on her scalp, the kind of hair that guys loved to touch to make sure it's real. I asked her, "How long have you felt that way?" "About 3 years. I just got tired of motherfuckers catching feelings and fucking up the business. So, I get in the studio to record, and the producers be feeling me to the point of wanting to give me free tracks or whatever. But then your dumb-ass boyfriend or manager starts tripping on some jealous shit. They pulling you aside like, I don't like how he looking at you. We here strictly on business. So then the motherfucker charges us $1,000 and shit when I could have got the shit for free myself." "But it is business," I reminded her. "You're not getting my services for free." She glared at me with her dark, sexy, piercing eyes that I'm quite sure she's used a lot with the guys. But I was a professional old-school woman from up north who didn't go that way. So she smiled and shrugged. "I mean, some things you gotta pay for. But you don't charge nowhere near as much as these producers," she commented. "So I ain't sweating it. Fuck it. I need somebody to talk to who won't judge me, right?" She eyed me again to test what my professional ethics were. "I may not be here to judge you, but I am here to help. And if I can offer you a better suggestion on how to conduct your business, I will," I told her. "That's fair."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.